Good afternoon, thank you for being here. We are starting with the Timor-Leste presentation. It was the 4W1A Alpha back in April 2023. So, the original plan for this DX expedition was planned for 2020, together with some BCC guys. And it was cancelled because of COVID and all what happened in the 2020. In January 2023, we met together on a BCC meeting in Germany, and sorry? No, okay. We met in Germany for BCC meeting, and DL6FBL, the band. Lado. Your problem. And DL6FBL wanted to go forward again with this plan to visit Timor-Leste. So we agreed on that evening that we're gonna make 2 trips. One scouting trip to see if what we can do there, and the second trip would be a bigger DX expedition. So on the end we had 3 operators. We agreed to use the simple antennas, small as possible, with a small setup to operate CWSSB and RTTY, and no FT4 or FT8. The team was built by Ben, DL6FBL, Robert, SP5X Victor Yankee, who did only RTTY, so he was only the RTTY operator, and myself. We were traveling for 3 different locations from Europe, from Vienna, from Warsaw, and from Frankfurt. And our first stop was, or second stop for someone was in Singapore. And that was only the possibility because the flight over Indonesia were not possible with taking all the ham radio equipment. So Singapore was the easiest and only possible way. We meet in the Singapore like 10-12 local time, did some sightseeing. Robert arrived in the evening time, and we took the flight, which was early in the morning or during the night, to Dili. The Dili is capital of Timor-Leste, and that flight was operated by Bhutan Airlines. So we had some fun in Singapore on the airport, in Marina Bay Sky Park, so time in Singapore was very, very nice. So that is our luggage. So we had lots of equipment, pretty overweighted with everything, and we sent as well 1 cargo a few weeks before to Dili. So this is the airport in Dili, and we didn't have much issues entering. It was, let's say, normal problems on the border with the radio equipment. So after 45 minutes or 60 minutes, we could pass without any, let's say, any difficulties with all radio equipment and all stuff. So this was our location. This is called Lauhata Beach Resort. It's direct in the front of the ocean with the palm trees, and our plan was to put then vertical antennas in those trees which were very close to the sea. The most difficult stuff was the licensing. So it was not the problem, but it was just taking time. So we could set everything before, but we were waiting and waiting and waiting for the license, and that was pretty frustrating. Also, we had some issues to get 4W1 Alpha call signs. There were 2 issues called 3 different call signs, like 4W/DL6FBL and so on. And after some time, some pressure, we did agree, but it took us, I think, almost 4 days to get the license. So, and we didn't want to transmit before we didn't get okay for authorities that we have a license. The second problem was the customs with the cargo. It took us as well 2 days to get all that cables what we send with the cargo. Everything was somehow ridiculous and could be somehow easier, but it is like it is. So in total we lost almost 4 days there doing more or less nothing. It was hard work and frustration. The Robert was most of the time sleeping in the car and in the restaurant. There's also funny moments a little bit. This was like station was prepared and we were waiting for almost 4 days for the license, 2 days with the cargo. We didn't get, on the license there was no 6 meters, so we decided not to operate on 6 meter. Problems with the 4W1 alpha call sign, and we did plan as well to build some antenna there, but on the end we realized there is material, but there is no material, so which could be easily used to build some, let's say, 10 meter beams or something else. Setup was pretty simple. We had 2K trees with expert amplifiers and ICOM 705 with the Juma amplifier, 4 laptops, one was spare. We used DX log, bandpass filters, local network with 4G antenna. The internet was very, very slow. And we did the online QSO upload on the club log. And sometimes we were forced to run the generator. We realized that during let's say 7 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock in the afternoon, from Monday till Saturday there was a kind of factory running, and the voltage was jumping from 170 to 300 something volts, so it was impossible to operate. So in those morning hours we used generator which was on QTH, so that was a little bit lucky. Each operator used his own station, so that was my setup with the ICOM 705 and Juma amplifier. Juma is, I took it to several expeditions I made, so smaller, and it was broken all the time, so it's heavier build, so I have other transistor inside and some other stuff. I love to use the CW keyer beside the keyboard for CW. Juma was connected directly through Bluetooth to 705. That was working pretty good, and small foot switch, Hale headset. Common mode choke on the amplifier output was a must, otherwise the USB and all other connections on the laptop were like disconnecting all the time, and of course extra mouse and keyboard for more comfort. Antenna setup was simple. We hired a local guy to put some pulleys in the trees, and we just put some wire antennas. 40 meters, it was more like vertical with one radial because it was AL. The tree was not high enough. And 30 meter we have vertical directly over the sea with 2 elevated radials. We will see it later, and for other bands, just a vertical depots for the sea. 6 meter we installed the 4-element Yagi. And we were monitoring 6 meter for a while, and we had no RX antennas at all. So that was the 6 meter antenna. It was pretty high, and we could actually, you will hear many signals on FT8. No one on CW, but we could hear many signals on FT8, and I was listening to 9 Yankee, 4, some Europeans, Japanese, and so on. That was antenna matrix. Each time we change the band, we need to run outside and disconnect antenna we want to use.
Fully automated
Yeah, fully automated, yeah. That was 30-meter vertical. It suffered a lot. We tried to use those stones. It didn't work well each time. The waves did destroy the antenna. And when we put the bamboo tree then in the sand, that was working till end of the expedition. So it was, it's a good solution to put like bamboo tree and something inside. It's all perfectly. We had some problems with the 1K tree. The audio was very bad, and then we find out that one of the filters for SSB was had some bad contact, so it was not quite a bit of problem, but it was low after 1 day or something like that. One spider pole was broken, so not much big issues. So the restaurant on Luhacha beach was like 20 seconds for our shack, so it was very close, so we didn't need to move too much. It was open restaurant. We had excellent food with the tuna steaks, with some barracuda steaks and so on. Of course, fish all the time, and some good Sauvignon Blanc from Australia, kangaroo wine. We call it kangaroo wine. That was our host, Carlos. He owns the Lauhata Beach Resort, and this is a bandu. He was playing like 4 Whiskey 1 Victor uniform. He doesn't still have no license. He's from India. That's why we say you are 4W1BU. And he's a manager and a man for everything what you need. So we had a lots of fun with this guy. So. Those are locals, people working in Lauhata, and people who did help us, so tried to have a good relationship with them, and yeah, it was funny. So animals there, lots of dogs around, so you see everywhere dogs, some cats, there are some cows, snakes. We were, during the night time, we were a little bit careful about going outside to switch antenna, because I saw 2-3 snakes there during the night. Some geckos, okay, fish, some lizards. They're pretty big, they're like this, so I was very surprised to see such a big lizard there. More dogs, I don't know if video is going to be played. We were witness of, I don't know how many puppies, I think 8 puppies. It didn't work, so I don't know. It was playing on my laptop, but however, not so important. Beautiful place with beautiful sunsets, so we enjoyed it very much. More of them, I have tons of photos with the sunsets. This is more. This was taken by I think not sure, but it's, we had a little bit fun at the beach. So, and we were there during the solar eclipse. So it was pretty good visible, so that was one of the highlights, and there was a big party during a solar eclipse there, so the people were, it was full of the people, so probably like 100 people around, so that day we didn't operate too much. This is QSO statistics of 10 days of operating. Last QSO was at JH1 Extra Echo Fox. As you can see, it's around 43,000 contacts, 19,000 on SSB, a little bit more than 20,000 on CW, and RTTY was only on 20 meter. That was the plan, so we didn't want to do RTTY on other bands, only 20 meter. And yeah, it was pretty good fun to do it. Some statistics. You see, we could manage to work on all bands like 40% of North America, which is very difficult path, and mostly European. Japanese were very loud, and there are many Japanese. This is CW, it's a little bit more North America, so 17%. SSB, of course, less. This is 40 meter, as you can see, 80% of North America, same amount of European and Asian. 20 meter was, this is 30 meter, everything is more or less same. But we were on 30 meter, we were more or less the most of the time during the opening to United States. So that's why we have same number of North America, Europe, and Asia. 20 meter. The 20 meter was only band where we have more SSB North American contacts than CW. So that was the only band. This is 17. As you can see, it's mostly Europe. So 20, 12, and 10. So this is an operator statistic. So we had like 15,000 contacts made by Ben, 19,000 made by me, and 8,000 made by Robert. And the Ben was away for, I think, 2 times on the afternoon because he was taking care about some other stuff. During our trip, we were looking around and looking for possibilities how to set up the station in November, finding out how to accommodate more people, where to put the antenna. So we did a lot of scouting around the Lauhata and trying to see. So we didn't operate all the time. This is as well statistic of the operators. In SSB, in CW, and RTTY was done only by Robert. And this is the personal statistics of each operator. So, as you can see, it's at least on my side was more CW than SSB. This is a video. I don't know. I will start it then differently than on the end. I don't know why it should be playing now. But well, let's do it like this. So we could
Danke fürs QSO, Emir. Indoor-Antenne, Remote, Wahnsinnssignal auf 12. Danke, dass du mich gehört hast mit 100 Watt.
So we could work stations with the indoor antenna, 100 watts, and with that simple.
Auf Indoor-Antenne, unglaublich.
Simple vertical. So there is a. Can you stop it?
Thank you for the 459.
Okay, we have another video. This is a little more, let's say, blah blah from here, but it's showing the QTH and. Hi, greetings from this 4W1A Alpha. I am now in front of our antennas or front of the ocean. So here you can see our 30 meter vertical with 2 elevated radials. It's just here in the front of the ocean. Today we have low tide, so normally the water is coming here where I'm standing. So maybe a little bit less gain. But general, I want to show you this QTH. So this is direction Europe show path, direction Japan, and this is direction United States. So we are open to all directions except long paths. If you take a look, there's a land with the high hills behind us. This direction, about 100 meters, is our shack, and in those palm trees we have our vertical dipoles for 40, 17, 15, 12 and 10 meter. So only vertical we use here directly on the beach is for 30 meter. A little bit lack of the coax cable, so as I said, we have more than 100 meters to the shack, so we couldn't put all verticals this one directly on the beach, but those vertical dipoles are working very good. As I said, our shack, there in the left corner, there is a small restaurant which we can get some food, so it's very close and they have a good food. And this is the beach, so we are planning for November to make our second QTH about 500 meters away from here, so in that direction. And yes, in November there will be much more antennas, of course Yagi antennas as well for high bands, what's going to improve our signal a little bit. So I hope you don't suffer too much with our signal now with simple verticals, but that's what we could do to be active on all bands. And yeah, however, so we have around 28 degrees today, so a little bit cloudy. So if it is sunny, then it is way too hot, so I just use this opportunity to say hello. Already 20,000 QSOs in the log, so we are running around 5K per day at the moment, or a little bit more, so everything running fine. We will try to concentrate more to US in the next days. The European pileup are huge, and yeah. Thank you very much. See you in the bands. Thanks for calling. Bye bye. E77DX at 4W1A American. Guys, our trip, actually I canceled my trip for November, so I will be not part of the team. Dietmar DL3DXS is as well with us, and the huge amount of the people, I think 15 or 16, if I'm not wrong, will be there in November. The equipment is already arrived to Timor-Leste with containers, so there will be many antennas, Yagi antennas, many towers, many amplifiers, even VHF and UHF with the EME setup will be in use. So you can expect to hear 4 Whiskey 8 X-ray in November on all bands with probably 20 dB more louder signal than that we could made during the April. Otherwise, it was big fun. Very huge pileups what we had from there, and yes, I wanted to show one video of the pileup, but we have a problem with the login. Maybe we can do it later when we solve the problem, and just put it. If there are any questions.
You checked on the low bands only to listening on 80 and 160?
I was not listening on 160 and 80 at all. So I had the antenna ready, and the Ben was against that even to try the low bands, and he didn't want to go in other direction. We had a plan, and he said, you know, if we work 15 stations, many people will be angry because we had some other 15 guys there, so we decided not to do it.
How many operators will you have?
15. I think 15. So not sure. Okay.
Wait.
I don't know if it was hearable. So the Alan called me when I find the frequency with the loco, and I replay with the loco 599, and so I knew it's him. So and then he said 777. So that was one of the favorite QSOs, and I did it a lot with many different people. So they called like with a call sign, and I replay with the name. And some operators didn't, well, let's say, realize that I was calling them with the name. So it was a lot of fun doing CW from there. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much for watching, and I try to be as short as possible.
Yo!